And action. Welcome, producers, to a live stream review. And the reason why I say it's a live stream review is because basically I'm not doing any universe mode or anything like that, but I'm just giving my quick review on what I thought about Summerslam, and then plus I'll tell everybody who won the predictions on the SummerSlam pay-per-view between myself and many others that took place in the predictions for today. So, it shouldn't take too long. It'll be quite quick, actually. So, alright, man, let's go ahead and get started with this. Alright, everybody. So, for those of you who watched the pre-show, which I'm assuming everybody did, because if you don't have the network or if you didn't buy the pay-per-view, then you more than likely at least saw the pre-show, or the kickoff for that matter. What's going on, Charles and Noah? What's going on, man? And Pokey, what's good with y'all? First match of the night, you had the Hardys teaming up with Jason Jordan, didn't change his name yet. They fought up against the Miz Taraj, in which was a matchup that I didn't really care for, honestly, because it was on the kickoff, so like that's one reason why. But also, it's just kind of like I don't know. It seemed like it was unnecessary, to be honest with you, and at the end of the day, it was the Miz Taraj who ended up picking up the win. Again, that's a match I didn't really care for, And yeah, I know, huh, Ross? And then after that, we had another match when it was Neville versus Akira Tozawa, which, honestly, compared to the first encounter, which took place on Monday Night Raw, it was like... It was a letdown, honestly, but at least when I said, at least I was right, though. I did say that Neville was going to win, because it seemed like they wanted to kind of push for maybe another encounter and then call it a day. No, I didn't, I'm not doing any freaking shows yet, because tomorrow, guys, we will be doing the Raw exclusive pay-per-view Night of Champions, and then I believe Tuesday is when we're going to be doing the whole, we're going to be doing the whole, what do you call it, Raw, SmackDown Live, and ECW again. But of course, let's see, what match was I talking about? Oh yeah, so the Neville, the Cruiserweight Championship match, it was okay, but it was whatever at the same time. And then after that, we had the New Day versus the Usos for the SmackDown Live Tag Team, or the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. Honestly, that was the best match of the kickoff, and it was one of the best matches of SummerSlam, unfortunately, for that matter. And it was a pretty good match. I gotta say that I quite fondly enjoyed it, and I really did like it. So I give it its dues. Unfortunately for the New Day, they did lose, and the Usos are now 4-time tag team champions. The first team doing so, and I believe they said since the Dudleys. I believe they said since the Dudleys, so that's a pretty damn good milestone for the Usos. And then we started off SummerSlam, the actual show, not the kickoff, but the actual show, with one of 10 matches, because 3 matches were on the kickoff. One of the 10 matches being Baron Corbin versus John Cena to start the show. And honestly, it was just absolutely terrible. I hated it. It was a bummer, a waste of time, and honestly, they pretty much buried Baron Corbin at this point, because, like I said before, what was the point in having him, having him build up to win the Money in the Bank and to potentially be your next big star main event, to be your top heel? And then you have him lose to the Money in the Bank briefcase or contract within about less than 10 seconds, I want to say. And it was like, what the hell, you know what I mean? So at the end of the day, Baron Corbin whipped John Cena's ass back and forth. I mean, not even back and forth. It was more one-sided, really. And at the end of the day, right when Baron Corbin was like, looking strong, about to win something, one AA, one attitude adjustment, good night. Thanks for coming. Have a nice day. Like, okay, thank you. Appreciate that. And then let's see, we had, I can't remember which one was next, but I believe we had a women's title match between Natalya and Naomi, or Naomi, whatever way you want to pronounce it. They had a good match. Well, yeah, it was a pretty good match. Like it was for a women's matchup, it was pretty good. I'll give it that. And you know, it was back and forth, but really, it was more about trying to put. Hey, what up, Colonel? Man, it's been a freaking while, dude. Like, damn, it feels like a few months, honestly. But it felt like they wanted to have Natalya display some damn dominance, which she pretty much did. And then not only that, but making the champion tap out. And honestly, guys, I thought if they were not going to have Carmella cash in, because everybody's saying she was going to cash in, I didn't feel like it. It didn't feel like it that she was going to cash in, you know. But I thought they were going to at least tease her, you know, potentially cashing in that night, which didn't happen. So I was like, oh, okay, well, that's fine. And then you had a Randy Orton versus Rusev match. I thought Baron Corbin got buried. Freaking Rusev whooped Randy Orton's ass before the match started, and then next thing you know, RKO out of nowhere. Oh my God, 1, 2, 3. That's all she wrote. What the living hell? Oh my God, I don't believe it. You know, the match didn't even last that long. That match actually lasted. Actually, Baron Corbin's cash-in lasted longer than Rusev's loss, so I mean that's a bit of a milestone for him, I guess. And then you had Big Cass versus the Big Show. You know, Enzo doing all this talking crap where they try to have him be obnoxious and annoying. And I don't know if it's a potential heel turn for him, but that's what ended up going on. And then they raise him up in the shark cage. He oiled himself up with baby. He takes his shirt off. He basically strips down to his boxers. And then he gets baby oil or whatever the hell it is. He gets oils himself real nice and smooth. And he gets through the cage. And he's like, okay, jumps down, big boot. And after, next thing you know, big boot to Big Show, Empire Elbow. You know, there's a bunch of terrible matches here. Let's see. And then we get down to Sasha Banks and Alexa Bliss. The match wasn't like. Here's the thing. The only reason this match wasn't good, because majority of the matches prior to this one taking place, is that the heel, always the heel, was up in the referee's face and saying like, that was three, count faster, do your job. It just got annoying to this point. It was like, man, dude, why are you freaking copying the performer that just went ahead of you? Put something else on. Like, it's just repetitive at this point, you know what I mean? It's like, it got old. And then, you know, it was just whatever. Sasha Banks ended up winning, you know, got the Banks statement locked in, and Alexa Bliss was just crying uncle, tapping out. And that was it. But nonetheless, it was, I felt like Natalya and Naomi's matchup was better. Look at that 5-star, ladies and gentlemen. Call it a day. 1, 2, and of course 3. He got him. Wow. Okay, what up, Nate? Let's see, what other match we had? Oh, we had the Shield, the second, 2 of the top 3 best matches of the night, by the way. I would have to say it was probably my favorite matchup, where it was back and forth. And I gotta say this, that that's gonna be tomorrow, Nate, or possibly Tuesday. I'll let you guys know about that by tomorrow. But nonetheless, the Shield and Cesaro and Sheamus put on one of the best damn tag matches I've ever seen in history. Like, these two went back and forth, and you had the whole the Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose had this whole big ass babyface reactions. It was just awesome, man. It was just awesome. But my favorite part of the matchup didn't happen during the match. That would have to go to Cesaro jumping over the barricade, grabbing the beach ball during the matchup, and then ripping up the beach ball, just popping it, ripping it up, and like saying, screw you guys, we have a match going on, you should not be playing with a damn beach volleyball during a Raw Tag Team Championship match going on right now. It's like, Cesaro felt disrespected, and And I thought people were going to boo him. I honest to God thought they were going to boo the hell out of him, but they ended up cheering the hell out of him, bro. And I was just like, what the hell just happened? And then it was just like, yeah, well, yeah, but Jay, here's the thing. If you're going to have, here's the thing. The reason why the crowd was trash was because you can't expect somebody to be excited and cheer their ass off for 6 straight hours. Because the kickoff was 2 hours. You had 3 matches, 2 championship matches again, which the New Day they had everybody going. You know, that's the first 2 hours. You had some pretty damn good championship matches, even though the Cruiserweight wasn't that good, you know what I mean? But still, nonetheless, you had 2 hours prior to the show actually starting. And then, you know, if you have the Hardys out there, you're going to cheer your ass off. If you have the New Day out there, you're cheering your ass off. You know what I mean? And that's all on the kickoff alone, like I'm saying. So, you know, they're getting tired at this point. So the second or third hour, they're like, boom, you know. And then at that point, they're saving their energy for the big matches, which I'm kind of getting to. You had Finn Balor's big pop, which was pretty damn dope.
Not the first time we've seen this move tonight.
But back to what I was saying though, Finn Balor unleashed his demon gimmick. The crowd went nuts. The match itself was pretty intriguing because at the end of the day, you know, Finn Balor was kind of like showing like, I'm the demon, bitch. What you gonna do? You're the eater of worlds. You ain't gonna eat nothing. And so he was dominating. Then it showed like, okay, Bray has a chance now. But then Finn Balor came in to secure the victory. And you know, that was a pretty damn good match. Finn Balor, you know, again, he won, so it was all right. And then we're down to our final 3 matches. AJ Styles versus Kevin Owens. It probably wasn't the best match, but it was a pretty entertaining matchup from what Shane McMahon did in his spots, where, again, it was just pretty funny. You know, I was just like laughing majority of the time because, you know, Shane McMahon's like pushing everybody, and he's like, what the hell, man? Did anybody care about casting? No, nobody cared about it. But, you know, it was pretty nice for Styles to pick up the win, even though I thought that AJ Styles was about to get a screw job big time, and yeah, Enzo oiled himself, and yeah, that was kind of funny, but it was kind of like moronic when he got down and said, yeah, I'm out, I'm free, big boot, good night. He should have stayed up in the shark cage, as I think Corey Graves said. And RVD with the win, guys. Fantastic. And so, let's see. Yeah, AJ Styles with the win. I thought the pop-up powerbomb, or even when his foot was on the rope, I thought we were going to see a screw job, even though it wasn't going to be really intentional, you know. Nonetheless, it was pretty nice. I enjoyed it, and I was like, okay, all right. You know, that's pretty dope. And so after that, I was like, okay, well now let's go ahead and see these, you know, these packages and all that. Because, you know, if you watched NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 3's video package for the promo between Drew McIntyre and, let's see, it was between Drew McIntyre and Bobby Roode, it was pretty dope. Excuse me. It was pretty dope because they teased the whole Broken Dreams thing, you know what I mean? But for the Shield, they actually teased the living shit out of that. Because they, you know, it's talking about, oh, the brothers, you know, how they did this and that to each other, and then, oh my god, they're back together, and then it goes, Shield. And you thought something big was going to happen. Is this the only stream today? Also stream around the mid of the day. I have Big Bangs under my Yes Cause late stream also. Oh, no, that's fine. I'm just streaming my review of SummerSlam and then the predictions standings to let everybody know who won that. And then, yeah. So, guys, let's talk about Shinsuke Nakamura versus Jinder Mahal. The matchup was between where Shinsuke practically was doing his whole gimmick throughout the whole match, and that was pretty much it, Get him in the corner, lay all the way down to where his head was about belly button high to Jinder Mahal's abdomen, and then, just dangling his arms and everything. And then you had the matchup where it seemed like Jinder Mahal was pretty much getting close to winning, or showing that he had an actual chance against Shinsuke Nakamura, but it wasn't really towards later of the match where when the Sin Brothers, I don't know their names, so I'm just going to say the Sin Brothers. The first brother went in there and got rocked. Then the second one jumped in there, got rocked. Then Jinder came in, snuck in, got the Cobra Clutch locked in to hit the Colossal. I think it's just called the Colossal. I thought it was the Colossal Clutch, but nonetheless, he hit his finisher. 1, 2, 3. That's it. And to me, that was a little bit of a stunner, because I already talked to everybody about this before, that I thought that perhaps they would want to have Shinsuke win and drop the belt as soon as the WWE SmackDown Live, Raw, and all the other damn brands went to India, where they would potentially, which they could have had Jinder Mahal recapture the title and have a huge ovation. But now that I'm seeing this, that I'm thinking that, now they probably just want to have Jinder go in there in a homecoming and, basically say, yeah, I'm the champion and I feel at home. He's going to be a heel. He's going to get a babyface pop. But he's kind of like this. If you're American and you represent the United States in any other country like Tokyo or like Canada, Mexico, and all that stuff, you're going to get booed. But when you go in America, that's it. So for us, it's like this. Jinder Mahal's he's a heel in America, but in India he's a face. So you know what I mean? So he's gonna get a big pop. Let's see. Fun fact: no one has kicked out of the Colossal. Wow. Okay. That's actually interesting. I didn't even know about that until literally right now. So that's pretty cool. And especially since that's probably the only credible thing they have on Jinder right now besides his physique. So that's pretty nice to actually know that fact for future references, of course. And yeah, the matchup itself was kind of like, it wasn't good, but it was like a little below average. But, you had the whole, this is what the heel does to win the matchup type of deal. And I thought maybe Shinsuke was going to win by DQ because, you had the second Sin Brother come in and just, try to attack him, whatever. Which didn't happen, which usually does cause, disqualifications. Little do they know Jinder's actually Canadian. Yeah, here's the thing with that, too. For me, this is how people say, this guy's Canadian. He's Indian, but he's really Canadian, but of Indian descent. For me, that doesn't make sense, because the best way I put it is like this. If you're let's say if you're black or you're Mexican, which we call brown or white, right? If you're any of those colors and you're born in America, you're American, you know what I mean? But your true race is what is not your, what you were born. So even though Jinder Mahal was born in Canada, I would assume that, he's Canadian because he's born in Canada, but his actual race is Indian. So that's why I would say, he's Indian, but he was born in Canada, so he's Canadian. And for me, it's like, you can be Mexican, but really you're an American if you're born in America, but your true race is you're Mexican, you know what I mean? So that's how I view it, and I know that's probably not how everybody else views it, but that's how I view it. And for me, that's why I'm like, Jinder Mahal, based off of how I'm viewing this, he is Indian, but he was just born in Canada, so that's why people say he's Canadian. But for me, he's actually Indian. You know what I mean? That's how I view it. And yeah, I do feel like Baron Corbin's career is pretty much dead. There is no way in hell he's bouncing back, especially since rumors have it that John Cena, at least that's what you said, he's rumored to go and have a feud with Samoa Joe on Raw now for No Mercy or whatever, so it's like whatever. And then finally, last but not least, guys, the match of all matches, the main event, Samoa Joe, Roman Reigns, Braun Strowman, and Brock Lesnar for the WWE Universal Championship. And yeah, it was just absolutely, it was a good match. It was. That was the third match of the night, because I said before, the SmackDown tag titles, the Raw tag titles, and the main event for the Universal title was the best match of the damn day, or the damn pay-per-view for that matter. And it was nice. It was a really good matchup between all four individuals. They all made each other look strong. Samoa Joe had the coquina locked in on pretty much everybody. Brock, he didn't get in on Strowman, so Roman Reigns. Brock couldn't hit the damn German on Braun. And I don't even think he did hit it. If he did, then I missed it. But he did try to hit the F5, which didn't work for him. And it was pretty good, though. I liked the matchup between all the guys. And, you had the big Braun Strowman looking freaking ridiculously strong, hitting the damn running power slam on two announce tables. And then carrying the third announce table like as if it's the ambulance, and dumping it on Brock Lesnar. And it was a nice, it was just all overall good matchup. It was very exciting. It was awesome as hell. And then, they had the whole Brock's out the match, he's getting carried out by a stretcher. Oh my god, he's coming back in the matchup type of thing, which I already knew was going to happen anyway. But it was still pretty cool though to have that, and it was just overall nice. Again, Samoa Joe hitting that coquina clutch, trying to win the matchup, and then showing Roman Reigns' side of like, okay, this is what he did at WrestleMania a couple of years ago. He might come in here to win it. Nope, F5, call it a day, and that's it. I don't know, Adam. I do not know. And I was like, okay, so that happened. That was pretty nice. I liked it. Overall, I liked 2 matches out of Brooklyn TakeOver 3. Out of SummerSlam, I liked 3 matches. So if you want to count by percentages, what did better? Let's see. Based off of TakeOver 3, or Brooklyn 3, I should say, I liked 40% of the matches on Brooklyn 3. But as far as SummerSlam goes, 3 out of 13 is not a good standpoint. That's less than 30%. I think that's a little over 20%. So I guess TakeOver would win based off of statistically speaking, off of that gesture alone. But if you ask me which I liked better, I feel like I like SummerSlam better because of the tag team title matches. For one, they were the 2 of the best matches. And then the only good title match that wasn't a tag match was the main event, which was pretty dope because based off of what I've seen, SummerSlam's main event was better than TakeOver Brooklyn 3's main event. And then the 2 tag team title matches was, one of them was just as good as Sanity, but the Raw tag team title match was better than the Sanity one, in my opinion. But, that's just from my opinions, guys. I know everybody else can have different opinions and all that. And then, let's see, finally, last but not least, let's go ahead and, I'm going to go ahead and tally up the producer's prediction sheet on who they thought was going to win, and based off of how many they got right as a unit and how many they got wrong as a unit. This is not me counting everybody's all in total. It's just me, writing down what you guys got right as a unit and what you guys got wrong as a unit. Not as, okay, this guy got that right, this guy got that right. Now, that's just only for when we have other people to come in here and do all the other stuff. So let's see, we'll do correct, so I'll write that down, correct, and then you got how many you got wrong. Alright, so let's see, producers predicted that Jordan and the Hardys win, so majority voted for them instead of Miss Taraj, therefore that's 0-1 already. And then you had the Cruiserweight Championship match where everybody, or 3 of 2 predicted Neville, so that's 1 correct. And then you had, more majority predicting for the New Day, which was wrong. And then people voted for, they had a tie between Big Show and Big Cass, so we'll just scratch that off. And then let's see, majority picked Randy Orton over Rusev, so that's another correct. Majority picked John Cena, that's another correct. Majority picked Dean and Seth, that's another one to tally up. Majority picked Naomi, so that's another wrong one. Majority picked Sasha Banks, so that's their first 5 they got on the tallies. What up, Bruce? What up, Marcos? Majority picked Finn Balor, so that's another win in the win column. Majority picked Styles, so there's another one. Majority picked Nakamura, so that's a wrong one. And then finally, majority picked Samoa Joe, so that's another wrong one. Therefore, the producers came up with a tally of 7 correct matches and 5 wrong matches. So there you go. So yeah, what's up, Bruce? And now, guys, we're gonna go ahead and tally. I'm gonna give you guys the standings of who got last place to first place. And yeah. So here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, the prediction standings are now full on effect. Raid, okay, for sure. Full on effect. So, last place coming into the prediction standings comes at Adam with a record of 6-7. So, unfortunately for him, he came in dead last, which is terrible. And then for let's see, second to last place, which we would put at third, would be between Bruce, Aaron, and Jerix, who came in at a whopping 7 wins and 6 losses for all 3 of those guys. And then finally, last but not least, guys, we have the winner and we have the runner-up, where I myself came in at 9-4, which was second place. Therefore, the winner of the match and the new Nostradamus champion goes to Mario, who had an incredible record of 10 correct picks and only 3 wrong. So congratulations to Mario, that he has now won the Nostradamus and the NXT Premonition Championship over the past weekend. So congratulations to him. And then I'm going to go and talk about one more thing, and then we'll get ready to call it an end after this matchup. Let's go ahead and put this over here. I am supposed to go to sleep for school, but fuck it. Alright. So let's see. Now we're going to go to Jerix. Jerix got the Hardys wrong, along with Jordan, because the Mistrage won. He got Neville right. He got the New Day wrong, because the Usos won. He got the Big Show wrong, because Big Cass won. He got Randy right. He got John Cena right. He got the Shield right. He got Naomi wrong. He got Sasha right. Finn right. AJ Styles right. Shinsuke Nakamura wrong. And Braun Strowman wrong. So, there was his. Bruce came in and got the Jordan and Hardys wrong, because again the Mistrage won that. He got Neville right. He got New Day wrong because the Usos won. Big Cass right. Randy right. Corbin wrong because John Cena won. The Shield right. Natalya right. Sasha Banks right. Bray Wyatt wrong because Finn Balor won. AJ Styles right. Shinsuke Nakamura wrong because Jinder Mahal won. And Roman Reigns wrong because Brock Lesnar won. And then let's see, Aaron, he got Jordan and the Hardys wrong because the Mistrage won. Let's see, no one picked him. Yeah, nobody picked the Miz, man. It's freaking crazy. And then he got Tozawa wrong because Neville won. He got New Day wrong because Usos won. He got Big Cass right, Randy Orton right, John Cena right, The Shield right, Naomi wrong because Natalya won. Sasha Banks right, Finn Balor right, AJ Styles right, Nakamura wrong because Jinder Mahal won, and Roman Reigns wrong because Brock Lesnar won. And let's go ahead and get ready for this one. Adam got Jordan and the Hardys wrong because Mistrage won. Tozawa wrong because Neville won. New Day wrong because, well, the Usos won. Big Cass right, Randy Orton right, Baron Corbin wrong because John Cena won. Shield right, Naomi wrong, Natalya won. Alexa Bliss wrong, Sasha Banks won. Finn Balor right, AJ Styles right, Jinder Mahal right, and Samoa Joe wrong. So Adam's the only one that actually got Jinder Mahal right out of everybody, which was pretty damn dope, if you ask me. And then as far as Mario goes, he selected Jordan and the Hardys. They lost. Miztourage won. Neville right. New Day wrong. Usos won. He got Big Cash right, Randy Orton right, John Cena right, The Shield right, or Dean and Seth, whatever you want to put it. Natalya right, Sasha Banks right, Finn Balor right, AJ Styles right. He initially got Nakamura, but he used his wild card pick to get the final win to break the tiebreaker. Therefore, changed his pick to Jinder Mahal and got that right. And then he picked Roman Reigns, who lost. And then finally, you got mine, guys, where I picked the Hardys and Jordan wrong because, again, Miztourage won that one. I picked Neville right, New Day wrong, Usos won. Got Big Cash right, Randy Orton right, Baron Corbin wrong, John Cena won that. Got Dean and Seth of the Shield correct, Natalya correct, Finn Balor correct, AJ Styles correct, Nakamura wrong, Brock Lesnar right, and Sasha Banks right. So yeah, those are the predictions, guys, on pretty much everything that we had for SummerSlam and NXT. And yeah, that's pretty much that. The next pay-per-view, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be Raw exclusive. No Mercy coming into Los Angeles, California. Hopefully, we can get some tickets. If not, then the hell with it. Let's see. Bruce, is that you shirtless in your profile picture? Probably. Lesnar will face Strowman at No Mercy. Next No Mercy. After, what do you want? Because I'm only gonna have one more match and call it a stream so that I can sleep and get ready for Night of Champions, guys. Again, Night of Champions taking place on Monday. I think it's gonna be before Raw. It should be before Raw, so stay tuned for that. And that match already happened, Charles. You already won. You're next in line. So yeah, let's see. Oh yeah, so after this match, actually, guys, I'm gonna call it a stream and all that. Not on Friday, because we don't even know who's gonna be at No Mercy, who's fighting for the titles. Because as far as I'm concerned, we don't know who's gonna fight Brock yet. We don't know who's gonna fight The Miz, even though it could be Jason Jordan. Alexa Bliss could, well, it pretty much looks like a bunch of rematches if that looks like it's going to be taking place again. I could pretty much almost predict the entire card. If they're going to do the whole, okay, everybody gets a rematch type of deal, then we're going to see Alexa Bliss, Sasha Banks go at it again for the title. We're going to see Neville and Tozawa go again for the title. We're going to see the tag titles on the line again between Dean and Seth against Cesaro and Sheamus. Then we'll maybe see Jason Jordan and The Miz, where Jason will probably take the titles, or the title I should say. And then we should see Brock Lesnar. I don't know who Brock's going to fight. I don't even know if Brock's going to fight at No Mercy, because he's this whole part-time contract where he only goes whenever, like, once every few months, or once a month, or once every 3 or 4 or 5 months. It's like, it's ridiculous, you know what I mean? So you look at it and you gotta think, okay, well, who is going to step up to the challenge, and who's going to fight Brock Lesnar? Because you got Braun Strowman, he already lost. You had Samoa Joe, who already lost twice now, at this time in a Fatal 4-Way. And then you had Roman Reigns, who failed once again. You know what I mean? So now it's like, what's up, Aaron? So now it's like, who is next in line? Who should face Brock Lesnar next? Because the way that things are looking is this. Why have John Cena come in and fight Samoa Joe, which seems almost meaningless, unless he's going to put him over, which I highly doubt, which looks like more to me, since Brock Lesnar is going to be on Monday Night Raw tomorrow, and it looks like John Cena is going to be at Monday Night Raw tomorrow as well. It looks like, unfortunately, again, we're going to see another encounter between Brock Lesnar and John Cena, which I'm not even, like, if that's going to be the main event at No Mercy, like, it's like, why should we even watch it, you know what I mean? We've seen the match hundreds of times before Brock even came back to WWE, and we've seen it 3 times already when Brock came back to WWE. Because the first time was there was no title on line. It was at Extreme Rules. The second time, Brock freaking obliterated, he annihilated John Cena in the most lopsided WWE Championship match in history, and then he lost by disqualification. So then it's like, you know what I mean? It's like, who should fight Brock Lesnar for the damn title? Because I don't want to see John Cena. We already seen the 3 guys who were in the Fatal 4-Way go at it, and they all lost. Mainly it was Roman Reigns who took the pin. So if anybody should go at it against Brock Lesnar, probably Braun Strowman, if anybody. But at this case, I'm like, I don't know. Would I want to see that? Because, you know, I don't want to have them make Braun Strowman look strong but then lose. You know what I mean? Because I think he could be the world champion right now. So who do you have go at it? Do you have Jeff Hardy or Matt Hardy? Because I know WWE's been talking about having Jeff Hardy get a crack at Brock Lesnar, which I would like to see. Or maybe do you have the Demon Finn Balor go up against Brock Lesnar? I would say Seth or Dean, but, well, you know, they're the tag champions right now, so they'll have to defend the titles. So right now, I'm at it like this. I would like to see Strowman, or I would like to see Finn Balor. But the way that I'm looking at it, I would preferably go with Finn Balor at the moment, since, you know, Strowman already had a shot, and not only that, but Finn Balor has not had a match for the WWE Universal Championship ever since coming off of injury, when he never even lost the title initially. So for me, it's like, okay, I think they wanted to see if Finn Balor would not get injured, if he's actually injury prone, which so far it looks like it is not, and therefore let's see it happen. Let's see Finn Balor get squashed by Brock Lesnar, so that way you can have somebody else come in. Because I don't care if it's Finn Balor or the Demon Finn Balor, he'll probably put on a good show, but that's it. And then if they don't want to have him do it, have Jeff Hardy do it and put the title on him. Because, hell, I would love to see Jeff Hardy have one more good main event run within the company before, because, you know, this is it for the Hardys. This is their last run in the WWE before they call it quits. So why not give Jeff Hardy one more main event run, whether he wins or loses? I mean, that's at least what you guys can do for him. You know what I'm saying, at least? And if not, at least maybe Matt Hardy, give him the main event run he deserves, because, you know, he's always been loyal to the company until, you know, they released him because, well, he wanted to be let go because they released his brother. He felt like it was, like, kind of unfair a little bit, which is, you know, it's none of my business. You know, it's his business, it's his family, based on what he says and wants to do. You know, it's his choice. So give him a main event run that he deserves. And ECW, like, they don't consider that as a main brand. They consider that as the NXT of developmental, which was like, okay, well then, if you guys look at it that way, then I'm going to look at it this way. Give him the main event run he deserves. Let him main event against Brock Lesnar for the Universal title, or Jeff Hardy, like I said initially. So that's just my input on it. But yeah, that's just about it. And you know what? That's pretty much how I view it. And, you know, I don't know. So any one of the Hardys, since they're in the tag division, but they're not fighting for the titles at the moment, so why not give them a chance at Brock or Finn Balor? Braun Strowman's up there, but he's pretty much behind all the guys I mentioned, you know what I mean? But hell, that's just how I view it, at least. Go ahead and write your opinion on what you would like to see. What would you guys like to see? Would you guys like to see Brock Lesnar fight Braun Strowman, any of the Hardys, or Finn Balor? Let me know what you guys think, because I will read that before I end up leaving or ending the stream and getting some rest for tomorrow. Again, guys, on Monday, tomorrow on Monday, some of you guys, it's already Monday, so on Monday, we're going to have the Night of Champions pay-per-view Raw exclusive 6 title matches up for grabs. So you want to see Big Cass, not one of the choices, but okay, that'll be interesting. Big Cass versus Brock Lesnar. But yeah, 6 title matches, guys. We got the Cruiserweight, the Raw Tag Team, Raw Women's, let me see, Intercontinental, Best in the World and the WWE Universal. So yeah, that would be nice. Sheamus versus Brock Lesnar, that would be nice. James Ellsworth, he'll get killed. And then Sheamus, that'll be actually pretty good. And then I want to see if I would like to see if Cesaro would interrupt in the matchup at all, try to cost them, which he probably would. But I want to see, like me personally, if I had to pick between Sheamus or Cesaro, I actually pick Cesaro, because a couple of years ago there was supposed to be a match between the two for the WWE Championship, which never happened. So why not for the Universal? You know what I mean? Why not? I wouldn't mind Sheamus, but I would like to preferably see Cesaro if I had to pick between the two guys. So not happening, Bruce. Solar Eclipse tomorrow, nice. Fuck Big Cass, James Ellsworth. Oh my, I just told you, man, he would get killed by Brock Lesnar. The match would last about less than 10 seconds, because at 5, 1, 2, 3, Brock Lesnar. Everybody picks Cesaro over Sheamus but me. Well, no, I'm the only one saying that because, I'm not the only one saying that, but the only reason I'm saying is because that match was supposed to happen like 2-3 years ago for the WWE Championship, but never happened for God knows what. But like I said, I wouldn't mind seeing Sheamus. He's a good worker. But at the same time, it's like the only reason I wouldn't want to see it over Cesaro is because based off of how they treated Sheamus the last time he was WWE Champion, they had him basically get they made him look like one of the weakest champions, because they were trying to have Roman Reigns be over, where he basically hit one damn spear to end the match between the two guys for the championship, the WWE Championship for that matter. But if they treated him right and they actually showed him to be the powerhouse, the big freak of nature they had him be when he was feuding with John Cena for the title, you know what I mean? Then I say, okay, then we have ourselves a good match. But based off of how they're treating Brock Lesnar as the most dominant guy in WWE history, where you step in the ring with him, you're getting killed F5, 1, 2, 3, and you're going in the back of the line, you're not going to be heard of, you know what I mean, type stuff. It's like, I wouldn't want to see it happen. Because then it will because we've seen it happen already with Roman and Sheamus, so why have it happen again, except this time Brock is way better than Roman Reigns. Based off of a character personnel, it's like there's no way in hell they're gonna have Sheamus go over Brock. No way. They'll even have him cheat and he'll still lose. They'll make him look weak. You know what I mean? But that's just my perspective on how I'm viewing things. And yeah. So, I mean, that's pretty much it, guys, for this stream. Thank you all for watching the Summerslam review. And, again, guys, stay tuned for tomorrow. Oh, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and announce this now. Stay tuned for tomorrow. We will have... okay, I'm going to say this. Stay tuned for Monday. We're going to have 2 big shows. Not 2 big shows, and not like a big show and a big cast, but we're going to have 2 big events. 2 big live stream shows. And, yeah, that was kind of dumb. I thought they would at least tease it, you know what I mean? But, hell, whatever. We're going to have 2 big events taking place on Monday. We're going to have the Night of Champions Raw exclusive pay-per-view against 6 titles on the line. You got the Cruiserweight, the Raw Women's, the Raw Tag Team, the Intercontinental. Did I say the Cruiserweight? Well, the Cruiserweight. So let's see. Cruiserweight. No, okay. Cruiserweight, Raw Tag Team, Raw Women's, Intercontinental, Best in the World, and the Universal title all up for grabs again on Monday. Yeah, they've been pretty good. And then, that's going to be taking place. Scott Steiner will fight Brandon Johnson for the Universal title. Scott Steiner will also be doing double duty. He will be fighting Brown Pride. He's fighting 2 Brandons, basically. One for the Universal, one for the Intercontinental. Kalisto will be fighting the Killer Mark Cruz and David Moon for the Cruiserweight Championship. And then it's going to be Emma versus Charlotte for the women's title. Hardy's versus Chick Magnus for the Raw Tag Team Championships. Ethan Black, Spencer, and Ross Mackey for the Best in World Championship taking place. And before that, guys, we're going to be having a show among shows where we talked about it before, how we wanted to do a show with all 3 brands. It's not a pay-per-view, but it's a big show where everybody's going to come in and, just have fun. It's one of the only time that you can do it other than a Play Now or a Survivor Series pay-per-view. So yeah, it's Saturday night's main event. Stay tuned for that, because that will happen before the United Champions pay-per-view, guys. So just to let everybody know. I don't know yet, Red X. We're working out the matches so far, and we'll see what's up and who has a match and all that. But anyway, guys, that's going to be taking place on Monday, tomorrow, or later today for some of you guys, depending on where you live at and all that good stuff. But until then, guys, again, thanks for watching. Hopefully y'all enjoyed. I'll be talking to you guys in the next one. But until the next one, you all have a great one, because for now, that's it. Cut, and that's a wrap.